lwaki nsuubira nti Arsenal wadde mugenda kunkuba amayinja lwaki nsuubira nti Arsenal it is going to be very hard. It is going to be one of the hardest games for team ya Arsenal of which nze nsuubira bagenda kukola amaliri. This is what happened in Leeds before yali ezannya 4-3-3 manager ng'alaba 4-3-3 normally needs a person that is technically gifted. Nti winga wali no beera nga ali technical ba midfielders bo balina bba balungi very good. N'alaba nga abazannyi bonna be yaleeta be yagula they are all physical players. All you need to give them is a game that is physical. This is happening in the game between Man City and Leeds
at Etihad.
At Etihad. First half bajja neyo 4-3-3 atuuka ekiseera alaba nga omupiira no guli 2-0 4-3-3 atuuka ekiseera alaba guno omupiira tagenda gusobola technically. Man City has outclassed them technically, so kyayinza okukola is to bring the physical part of it ng'ayingiza mwana mulenzi Lucas Nemencha our old boy kati waleeta Lucas Nemencha ajjayo ki Daniel James ava ku bino byaba wings ngonoto simanya Daniel James Calvert-Lewin kati aleeta 4-4-2 ngoluse transposing into a back 3 4-5-2 something like that.
Yeah, there will be sometimes 5
in the midfield nga basooka balumba Manchester City.
Hey, everybody welcome, everybody to the fan page.
Then we have Chelsea naye ina momentum muno. Chelsea mumpira 5 gyesambi. Arsenal kai yajikuwamu mu Carling Cup oba Carabao Cup.
Atenga nagwo
gwali 2-3 I think. The biggest win was in the Champions League against Napoli. In the last minutes bakubye goal ne basindika Napoli paka wa ku malalo ga Maradona ge bateke mabega wa stadium. So it's going to be an interesting game because West Ham is also on form. West Ham akubye Spurs ewayo.
Yeah.
Now kuba Sunderland recently 3-0 in the first half. The game ended I think 4-1. Yali amuse mu first half. West Ham yanza kusenda weekend yeyo. Ate Arsenal nayo neja ne bagikuba basically ka weekend zikali ka weekend. Naye Chelsea ne professor waabwe oyo English teacher alabika alina kyakole ekyenjawulo. I don't know yet because some games are really hard. Going to Italy, no 3 points is settled. I think a game with pressure. It's not easy feat. It's not easy feat. So for me, I have a feeling to do not take it up is Chichaliko. There is work being done. The dressing room, maybe a manual go-getter, maybe he's a good motivator, maybe he's a good man manager. Over time. What is your assessment of Chelsea so far under Mr. English teacher?
English teacher oyo nze I for one sinaba kumutegeera bulungi nnyo. When it comes to structures, of course structures tezikyuse nnyo naye ng'olaba nga omupiira guli structured. Naye waliwo kaneeno nti asobola okuba nga it's just a new manager bounce nga woolaba kati nga Manu we bawaana Carrick ball yakamanaginga emipiira ebiri. So kiyinza obba nawulira omwana emirundi egisinga obungi Man U awangudde ekikopo ng'adde bamusinga obubonero 10 okumala emirundi 3 naye nga for team ya Chelsea I think they can win this game. Naye I may not label the manager until ready agenda kubeera mulungi sinatuuka kumulaba nti mulungi but structures weziri and maybe behind
the players
behind the curtains maybe something is going on well nga wekitali ku mwana mulenzi Maresca.
Nalaba omupiira gwa Napoli. Defensively he's better than Maresca. It's like the players are more bamanya okubeera nga tulina mupiira. Remember what we've been talking about Atata's greatness, which is without the ball. And I feel like Rusinia is also very good in that area from the game. Because Napoli is also a very organized team. You know, Anthony Conte is a very organized manager. Now, Nalabanga Chelsea, they are patient. They wait for their moments, they attack. Pedro has even improved under this manager. But over the last 3 games, Pedro has really done well. Mozi, where do you see this game going?
Then there was Chelsea. They were not Napoli sagula bana. I was watching Madrid. Then I was Crystal Palace.
You go back for Saturday.
Go Saturday. But go bana. It was not convincing. Like, like defensively, balungi kati siwe bali maaga ita.
Abasambi bakomyewo also from injury.
Na ye omutende sichasinga ko nenge ja organizinga mu team ye. Taina kiri mu kikwati. Boyina teka yo.
Taking a chances.
Toranti mu pivot kali ateka mu Santos. Santos ayinenge ja gatako mu maso wali. Neze ndoza Chelsea win this game like 3-1.
Yeah, nange ndoboza Chelsea chijawa chizibu butatwala 3 points. After the win they had in midweek,
and they are at home.
Yeah, and they are home. I feel it gives them a lot of confidence in what they are doing. But man, you get them top 8. Katoina mipira ja Premier League joka until March. So your focus is very clear. I take Katoina pressure to Wakaza Premier League. Go Wakaza Champions League position. As we speak, Chelsea ku chakuta. Chelsea is 5th. 1 point behind Man U, which is on 38 points. Liverpool is out of the top 6 at the moment. Ata Samba Newcastle ali mu kyomwenda with 33 points. If Newcastle beats Liverpool, they go to 36. Very possible. They go to 36 points, right on par with Liverpool. Points. But if Liverpool wins, Man U wins, and Chelsea also wins, the from 4th to 5th or 6th stay the same. If I don't know, but let's say it. If Fulham there wins, because this is how tight the table is. If Fulham wins, they go right behind Manchester United by 1 point and above Chelsea, who might win. So if West Ham wins, Chelsea is in trouble also. Because Manu Jakuwa Mudukako, ne Liverpool amuiteko. Which takes us to the game, the other game, which is Liverpool versus Newcastle. First leg ya Gwetia.
Liverpool won
3-2.
Ya guangula in the 90.
3-2 I think. And the young boy scored the winning goal. Ngoma.
Rio Ngoma.
Yeah, very beautiful player I think. Potential anyway. Ancelotti after that. The economy went.
The performance came from here to here.
You know, and they had won 5 games in a row. Let's be clear, Liverpool was the first team to bottle the Premier League this year.
We shouldn't forget that.
Liverpool bottled the Premier League. Man City has not been top. Isn't that?
As usual.
Man City never been top. So, the other potential bottler might be us if we bottle.
Which is not new.
We will see in May. But speaking of Liverpool, Newcastle tabade kuformu nungi nnyo mu league the last 4 games. Liverpool tannaguba Premier League game in the last 6.
This year tanalaba ku kyebayita win.
5 draws, 1 loss. The latest game was Bournemouth 3-1. Winning goal yangumi agitogerako. It's exactly how Bournemouth won in the last minutes of the game. Ancelotti is Frimpong again. Bradley is out. Nalabye midfielder Omitan Gravenberch was playing 5 in the Champions League. What's up with Konate? I've not had any news. Is he fit?
Konate Samula. Mwalimu Gomez.
Muchi.
Konate is just us. Yes, simulungi.
Alika abera katebe.
You would rather put
us our language.
Was he on the bench?
No.
In the Champions League?
He wasn't.
He's injured maybe.
For me, I have a feeling Newcastle has a big chance to win a game
Very big.
on Saturday.
Very
I would
big.
advise Mwekambajireko ne Galubindi. Abaka papula. Omupiira gwa Liverpool ne Newcastle. Guleke oyagala sente zo.
Ene waliwo ango mwasobola okugufuna oba walayi otagufuna nnoonya. Ova.
Mulimu amagoolo.
Ogwo gw'omupiira kuva dda Newcastle Liverpool magoolo.
Because Liverpool's attack weri.
Information ebyaleeta ebyo 4-2-2 ebijja mukubya.
Bino biri byakola tutu.
Yaleta Bournemouth.
Problem.
Ebyakubya manyu.
So this is the fan bench for the fans by the fans. On my right, Dina Muhozi, Yawangudi Mtwalo Kumi from the fan bench. You're predicting the game right, Arsenal versus Man U. The first guy who predicted right. Other people predicted right like him, but he was the first.
True.
Yeah, Mateka Gego. I also got to a prediction in two.
Yeah,
So,
to understand.
What's your prediction for the Liverpool-Newcastle game?
Liverpool-Newcastle game.
That's on Saturday, Southern.
I see a 2-3. 2-3
Newcastle.
for Newcastle, yes. They
Wow.
are going to win this game.
That's a big result.
Nick Volterman.
Wow, that would be a
Wisa.
big result. What about you, Moz?
2-2.
2-2. I'm also going for a 2-2.
Because they are Anfield.
Being home,
Mm.
Teti is a game. Azima.
Mateka kumbea.
Yeah, for me, I'm going for it because of the attack. Vats has improved. He's on form. HTK is HTK. Salah is back. He had a few goals in the midweek, I think, if not an assist. I don't want to go at his house. Of Sobosla is Sobosla. Yes.
Anytime,
so I feel
anywhere.
that attack can cause anyone problems. And then on the other side, what you observe. Midfield is okay, man, governed by defense. Which is not a bad position, but as long as your midfield is weaker. So for me, I see goals, but pride is at stake. Aliwaka. Ajaka Luwamuko. So I'm also going for a 2-2. And it's going to be a very interesting game. We have three big games. Ancha no Arsenal wancha kwemba dengenda kwempire esatu eminene ja weekend. Newcastle Liverpool. Arsenal Leeds is a big game because it's the game before Man City plays Spurs. Arsenal wins that game, 7 points, pressure. Arsenal fails to win that game, pressure again for Man City to find a way to beat Spurs because it means point with 14 games to go. That's a lot of football to play.
Take up pressure, mutuleke already kufa. Already tuli mu kufa.
So, Arsenal squad yoneri namu badna kamujiro Galubindi musajja wange. Mikel Arteta. What's wrong? Mikel Arteta, what is wrong? How do you have a big squad like that? And I've heard him saying in the press conference today, Jimbadde nsaba abagagga ba Premier League FA basically, let them work like the Champions League. Increase the bench by 2 players. Because they are causing us to explain too much to our players why they're staying home. Or why they're sitting behind the bench. You know that area where injured players sit. So ngagamba mane mutu wado bunene nnyo. Now imagine you take Eze, you take Martinelli and Trossard on the other side, you take Saka and Madueke, you take Victor and Jesus or Havertz. Ogenatuuka nga Trice also amuleka ne Zubimendi ne substitute waabwe Nogard. And then the defense chooses itself with their substitutes. Kati ngoino gamba Odegaard sigale waka. No nsabirira. Naye manager kyaleka captain we. But you see, that would be the reality. That if Odegaard comes, probably Jesus is going home.
True.
Or Havertz. Or
And
Madueke, you know. So it's a very difficult position. And I understand. Naye, ogwo gwe mupiira. Man City wewangulidde ebikopo, Liverpool mwewangulidde ebikopo. Please find a way.
You have to be a manager,
Yes.
not a coach.
So, tugendeyo Muhozi. Leeds, Arsenal.
Leeds Arsenal. Arsenal, I mean Leeds eri ku form. Ate eri waka. I can't prove it naye. Ndaba nga Arsenal.
Ayinza okutulamu.
Ayinza okukola amaliri. But let's go for 2-1 for Arsenal.
2-1 for you, eh? Naye ng'olabona ekidro kisoboka.
Kidwawe 1-1 nkiraba.
Leeds is very attacking at home, isn't it? Balumba, isn't it? Wali mwali wakaluli. But wabalaba bakulumba. I think it uses the games he attacks. But even when Emirates yatulumba, just yatusanga
tunategera mpira gwaganya.
Kati nze ngenda
Alumba.
omupiira gwa Manchester City versus Leeds was the pivot point of this guy's season. Let me explain. Lwaki nsuubira nti Arsenal wadde mugenda kunkuba amayinja, lwaki nsuubira nti Arsenal, it is going to be very hard. It is going to be one of the hardest games for team ya Arsenal, of which nze nsuubira bagenda kukola amaliri. This is what happened in Leeds. Leeds before yali ezannya 4-3-3. Manager ng'alaba 4-3-3 normally needs a person that is technically gifted. Winger wali no better ngali technical, ba midfielders bo balina babalungi very good. Nalabanga abazadnyi bonna be yaleeta be yagula, they are all physical players. All you need to give them is a game that is physical. This is happening in the game between Man City and Leeds
at Etihad.
At Etihad. First half bajja neyo 4-3-3. Atuuka ekiseera alaba nga omupiira no guli 2-0 4-3-3. Atuuka ekiseera alaba guno omupiira tagenda gusobola technically. Man City has outclassed them technically. So kyayinza okukola is to bring the physical part of it. Ng'ayingiza mwana mulenzi Lucas Nemencha, our old boy. Kati waleeta Lucas Nemencha ajjayo ki Daniel James. Ava ku bino byaba wings. Bunoto simanya Daniel James Calvert-Lewin. Kati aleeta 4-4-2. 4-4-2. Ngoluse transposing into a back three. 4-5-2, something like that.
Yeah, there will be sometimes 5 in the midfield.
In the midfield. Nga basooka balumba Manchester City. Nga Haaland abula atya. Nti jukira bamulekedde ba defender basatu. Then without the ball, these other wing backs, the wing players, then Munoto and Omano Mulenzo ba Aaron Sono ba Niyenaina are dropping up back bayambe kwa no defense in wide areas, so that these 3 players ba engulfing on a striker wo nebuja bagira. Man City ne bamugatta. Man City yanonya goal, my brother. And since then, I've been following Leeds. They have been playing that 3-5-2 over 4-4-2 in all those games.
Nabala mpira gwe basamba ku Newcastle.
Okitegeera.
Oh, what a football game.
Ate yo game nali
what a football.
Nabaga yo game egenda ba interesting because bonna bazanya gang ho football.
Yes.
High octane. Tugenda kwerumba twerumbe ate
because Newcastle was home.
Okitegeera.
Can't be under attack. And Leeds was very confident at St. James.
The team is so good against team ya Liverpool. So good. Bajja neto mu biseera bya mwana mulenzi Crystal Palace. Getting very good. Outclassing in every aspect. I think abogambye. Oyo Daniel Farker ali, yeah, that's the name. Daniel Farker. Daniel Farker. Ali asobola okuchoosing at this game I'm going to be attacking. This game ngenda kubeera a little bit slow with the choice of strikers be. Asobola oleeta Ngunoto ne mwana mulenzi maybe Lucas Nemencha ngagamba bano wenda balumba speed. Kati against Arsenal jamulaba nga alese maybe Aronson ne Calvert-Lewin. Tugenda bakuba ya corners, tugenda crossing ange emipira ono Aronson agenda
and they are good in the air too.
All their players are told they are above 6 goal. Okujako ndoza good Madison.
Yeah.
Ye kai mu.
Where do you see the result going? It's
a beautiful 1-1. And then tugenda bakube corners and mwagizi wa Leeds kuva buto.
Mwanzo watu kwa 2-1 for Arsenal.
I said 2-1, but in my heart it will be a 1-1.
Okay. That's what you want.
Me, what I can say is this, and it's more psychological than it's tactical. Arsenal, after the loss, I thank you personally. I know after losing to Manchester United, whether in England, whether in Africa, wherever you go, that game is a big game for Arsenal fans and Manchester United fans. So pride is always at stake. After the game, after the watch along, producer Jakugam, after the watch along, I didn't want to do an interview. You understand? I was very, very, very upset. I hate losing to Manchester United.
You would know.
It makes me sick. So I assume the players feel the same way, even worse probably. And you're going to tell yourself one thing. Are we good enough? I saw Mikel's interview or press conference before the Champions League game, and we were saying, twatudde ne twebuuza ebibuuzo. Mu mmiro olaba muki. Wano we tuli ku top, twatuseewo by mistake oba twabikolerera. We are here by merit. We work for this.
True, you did.
You understand? So, I feel Leeds is going to have a very difficult game. But because Leeds is also home, Arsenal is also going to have a difficult game. So psychologically, I think Arsenal will be stronger mentally than these boys. And that can help a lot. Because the mental side is how you say, we are not losing. We are finding a way to win. So that's one point. The other point, which is the X factor for me, and it's tactical, is one player called Kai Havertz. After the 45 minutes he had in the Champions League, I can say he can take another 45 minutes in this game. Either Tanjika or Guyingira. But there is no way Victor doesn't start this game. Rachi. Because if you're going to go in by this very analysis, if you're going to attack Arsenal with pressure, you're going to have to go long. Arsenal we're going along, you need a physical guy and also has the legs. Havertz is fast, but not the fastest. The other guy is faster than him. But what you need Havertz for is the second balls. Unlike Odegaard, Havertz tayagala kuba touch satu bili. Wasiba bwalaba akoze run agenda gumuwa. I would surprise you. It's a big game. But I feel like you can go for Madueke in this game. And not because
Madueke can really disorganize
and
this
you
boys.
drop
you understand? I see a penalty from there. What game eja kugwa ngirimu ebintu ebi.
Chucky yaba disorganizing.
You want to drop Saka
You understand?
or-
So
You want to drop?
the problem is Saka can't be dropped.
You can't
But
drop
that's
Saka.
the guy who has to be dropped. I'm sorry. Rachi. Saka, kama ni kulaba mangu, he's not a fast player. And here, guy wa kusqueezinga. Rice I know already. Saliba I know already. Okolachi. Long ball. I would also start Martinelli.
Misinde.
But Martinelli,
Martinelli.
Havertz mu midfield over Eze. Ate Eze nga we're going to physical game. Naye alina mu buzibu awo. But Havertz is ready for any nature of a game. So for me, I'm worried about one thing: team selection.
True.
But if Havertz starts that game, I don't care if it's in 10 or 9, we are winning that game, and it might be very convincingly.
And he won't start Havertz. That one.
That's the problem. Ain't no tatandika. So Baba Tatandi say I would also go for a draw. But if Havertz gets between 40 to 60 minutes in that game, it's a 3-1.
Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus is not ready for the top end football. He's ready for Carling Cup in midweek. Gazanya Chelsea. Twamugezesa ku Man U.
Namulaba.
I celebrated in the group that Jesus attended because I thought Jesus is going to be the guy who pulls Maguire out. Because Maguire got new body to body. Victor is not that striker. Jesus disappeared completely. Hiding behind Casemiro, Maino, and the like. So we failed. Maybe the game state ya Mlemesa. Game state ya Leeds is not any easier.
True.
I feel like he's still being so careful with his body, which is understandable. Tachewayo yenna because tayagala kuddayo kuki kundiri World Cup ejja. And I have a feeling all players are being very careful. You see Haaland.
Yeah. Imagine Haaland getting injured in Atagenda Zanya World Cup.
The first of Norway. So players are being careful, which can be a disadvantage to one team and an advantage to another, depending. So with that at the back of my mind, there was a good 2-0 to Arsenal. Yeah. But Leeds eja kulumba erumbe bichi timba umo the wiki number, Rice wiki number. The defensive muscle has been rested. The attacking muscle is the one that played a lot, I think. Odegaard yazanya, Eze yazanya, Saka yazanya. That's what I'm thinking. 2-0.
Nawo mpira sana ndio yabaletera omwajizanyi.
Away.
Leeds ogenda obaletera.
Pressure,
Ate confidence. Nottingham yakujeka amali.
Nange nkusobola.
Nange nkusobola ate egenda kulumba.
Ate yaloboza asinyo Nottingham mu mupiira.
Yes.
Amanya musingira ddala.
So yeah,
Ate Leeds tayinza butakuteba. Ngali waka.
Haaland yazalibwa mu
anyway,
Leeds.
This is the fan bench by the fans for the fans. Tuli wano tunyumyamu. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. TikTok, follow. Instagram, bannaye Instagram muliwa. Museveni yagijjako nayo. Nazakabira najja ku Instagram.
Tubasindikire
Why?
zi VPN kale.
You understand? TikTok, what's it called? Twitter. Please follow us on Twitter. And we catch a vibe, man. This is the fun bench for the fun by the fans. Yeah. We're gonna come out with the final one.